Hey guys, what's up? It's Ellie here. Throughout various Deathloop reveals, we have seen that both Colt and Juliana have inhuman abilities that players of the Dishonored series would certainly recognize. We see the first instances of supernatural abilities from the very first trailer. Juliana, or Jules, uses a teleportation ability similar to Dishonored's Blink, and Colt uses a powerful push ability much like Corvo's Wind Blast. An interview published by Video Games 24/7 back in June went into a lot more detail on each of those powers we've seen so far. I've actually made a video on that, so make sure to check that out too. However, one of the questions I've seen buzzing around about these abilities is, where do they come from? There are plenty of theories attempting to link Deathloop's universe to a futuristic Dishonored, suggesting that, like in Dishonored, Deathloop may have a supernatural explanation to these powers, and perhaps a similar figure to the Outsider, the source of the Void's power, who marks individuals and grants them special abilities. Now, I'm the first to say that Deathloop and Dishonored do seem to have some extreme similarities, and even a few Easter eggs linking them both together somewhat. One of those major similarities I'm about to shed light on, but I just don't think they're set in the same universe. I think Deathloop is simply a new IP, plain and simple, that they wanted to make seem familiar but fresh to Dishonored fans. The abilities in those games were great and really opened up doors when it came to world exploration, as well as combat in general. In other words, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So where exactly does this power come from? If not a new outsider, then who? What? Well, science. We know that Black Reef is an island that has military history. Though we haven't touched on that lore yet, what we do know is that Black Reef is now also the site of a research base, the site of the Aeon program. In this Bethesda.net article, we get to hear about the game a little from the game's narrative designer Bennett Smith, in which they discuss the source of the Visionaries, including ex-Visionary Colt's powers. A quote reading, "They've harnessed the old research equipment on the island and used themselves as anchors for the loop. As long as there is at least one Visionary alive at the end of the day, the loop persists. They also enjoy enhanced abilities and even superpowers. Thanks to the devices called Slabs and Trinkets, the Aeon scientists have developed. Slabs and Trinkets." So far we only know what the trinkets look like, revealed by the pre-order bonus graphics. They are listed as an equipable buff. When I first saw this, I knew exactly what it sounded like to me. Runes and bone charms, mystical objects created by the bones of whales in Dishonored. In the games, bone charms each hold a unique effect on the user's abilities, and runes are a larger decorated piece of whale bone used to actually acquire these abilities and improve them as you find more. My assumption is that slabs and trinkets are going to work the same way, slabs possibly being runes and trinkets possibly being bone charms. I wonder if this means we're going to see some sort of crafting mechanic. Introduced in Dishonored 2 was bone charm crafting, the ability to create custom bone charms from collectible raw whale bone or other bone charms. Surely it makes sense that in Deathloop we'll not only be able to find, but also upgrade or repair found trinkets or slabs, especially as we've seen some artwork of the old Aeon Project research space. It's likely we might find ourselves in one of these old labs exploring. Perhaps we'll come across the technology to craft or repair broken ones we might find. In Dishonored, the Brigmore Witches DLC, we have corrupted bone charms, which are bone charms that are considered unstable, and alongside their powerful beneficial effects, they are also counterbalanced by penalties. I feel like this could be translated to trinkets or slabs in Deathloop. Maybe they can be found broken, defective, or something along those lines, giving way to that kind of familiar crafting or even a repair mechanic. I would love to know what your take is on these slabs and trinkets. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!